chill out. It was funny. This video is brought to you by TatumReport.com. TatumReport.com is my online news network. I always give you 100% truth, 100% free to you. However, I do want to raise some money for Tatum Report, make sure we can cover our writers and do some cool and innovative things with Tatum Report. So anybody who donate from this video, I'll give it 24 hours. Anybody that donate, I'm going to give away 4 books, 4 of my books signed for anybody that donate any amount between now and tomorrow. Today is the 11th. So by the 12th, by midnight on the 12th, I don't care where you at in the country, if you donate any amount to Tatum Report, you can enter to win one of the 4 books signed by me. Link will be in the description section. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Y'all know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, let's talk about Dave Chappelle and his comedy show called The Closer. Disclaimer, I didn't watch the whole thing. I have seen clips of some of the things that he said online. I just ain't had time to sit there and watch an entire comedy skit. I will. But the clips that I've seen online have been incredibly funny. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not a vulgar person, and I don't really like listening to curse words and stuff like that. I don't really like listening to that stuff. However, it's a part of our society. People are going to cuss. There are going to be things out there. I don't really like it as much, but this was funny. Dave Chappelle was funny. And I don't know why people in their feelings about this stuff. I don't understand. I don't understand why people can't say, it is a joke. I don't like the joke, but it's a joke. You don't have to be it's not a phobia for you to make jokes about people. I look at comedians all the time. They make jokes about black people. They make jokes about white people. They make jokes if you gay, straight, cops. I mean, God dang. I have no respect for people who are mad at Dave Chappelle over this particular skit. So let me let you listen to a little bit of it. Shout out to this person who made this video. I'm going to put the link to this video in the comment section. Just a little bit of one of the jokes that he said, just so you can get a synopsis on kind of where he's going with this. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about one of his transgender friends named Daphne who killed herself. And we're going to talk about why that happened and the hypocrisy from the LGBTQ community. Without further ado, roll the film.
I agree, man. Gender is a fact. You have to look at it from a woman's perspective.
True.
Look at it like this. Caitlyn Jenner, whom I've met, wonderful person. Caitlyn Jenner was voted Woman of the Year. Her first year as a woman. Ain't that something? Beat every in Detroit. She's better than all of you. Never even had a period. Ain't that something? Oh, I'd be mad as if I was a woman. I'd be mad.
Is that true?
If I was
this next joke is funny.
Me, if I was in a BET Awards sitting there and they're like, and the winner for of the year, Eminem, my man.
Now somebody explain to me, how's that transphobic? How's that? It's just true. It's factual. Maybe there are some women that have an issue with this. Is that not reasonable? You have a person, like you said, was a woman for a year and won Woman of the Year. I mean, come on, man. There's people that have dealt with issues, especially all the feminists who are out here saying that women get discriminated against. Women, have a tougher hill to climb in America, and they don't have the same opportunities. But this person only experienced that for a year. Other people have experienced it for 30, 40 years, 20, 30, 40 years. And somehow this person wins it over you. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. There may be somebody that thinks that, Eminem have his black card because he's dominant in the rap game, maybe. But that's a rarity. Most people will be like, "Oh, bro, you're not black. How would you win a Black Man of the Year award? You give it to a white man, or you give it to Sean King, or you give it to Rachel Dolezal, who's clearly not a black person." But anyway, I digress on that. But I want to talk about another thing because people are not going to talk about this, but B. Tatum's going to talk about this. So Dave Chappelle had a friend, and I'm gonna link a video. A young lady did a really good job at a video on YouTube about this. But Dave Chappelle had a young friend named Daphne who was a transgender woman, a man who turned into a woman, and he allowed her to get on stage and open up for him. She didn't have any problems with any of these jokes. Ain't that interesting? How he actually has a friend who's transgender that had no problem with none of this. None of her family had any problem with it. She raged. She stood up for Dave Chappelle. She understands comedy. I think she's a rational person. Unfortunately, she ended up killing herself. And a lot of people believe that it was because of the backlash that she received from the LGBTQ plus community And it's not factual. I don't know that to be a fact, but this is rumored. Ain't it ironic that she get backlash from the LGBTQ community because she stood up for Dave Chappelle? She stood up and said that he's not transphobic. Even after this series, her family stood up for him and say this guy is not transphobic. It's a myth. It's these guys telling jokes, and his transgender friend who actually killed herself supported him all the way through and through. She didn't offer herself or commit suicide or whatever you call it until after she got a tremendous amount of backlash from the LGBTQ community. Now, you can see a lot of people coming out and defending Dave Chappelle. I don't know who this person is, but this is on CNN. This person came out and defended Dave Chappelle. I'll let you hear a quick clip of what she had to say about it. Roll the film.
Here it is, the hypocrisy. Dave Chappelle gave his friend, his friend who was white and transgender, who wanted to be a comedian, an opportunity to open for him. Dave Chappelle is one of the greatest to do it of our time right now. That was a huge opportunity for her. The LGBT community never reached out to give her any opportunity like that. But then they turned and said that he was transphobic, he was homophobic, all the backlash that he received from 2 or 3 episodes ago from specials. And she stood with her friend, the transgender woman, and stood against Dave to say, no, he's not like that. And the LGBTQIA plus community bashed this woman so bad that she jumped off a building and killed herself.
Now, we don't know that to be true. They, Clown is going to point that out, that they don't know that is the exact reason why. But don't you find it ironic? She gets so much backlash and then she jumps off a building. You know, I hate to say this, but people need to stop living in this world of hypocrisy. And I'm going to make this video quick. I got a minute left. People need to stop living in the world of hypocrisy. You know, I deal with the same thing from the black community. Oh, you black. But then you're a black man that you don't agree with. Oh, you a sellout, Uncle Tom, you a coon. They don't care what happened to me. They don't care nothing about my feelings. I'm not black anymore. And it's the same thing in the LGBTQ community, or the same thing with comedians. You say stuff that some of these sensitive Sallies don't like, they counsel you. You're no longer relevant. Dave Chappelle is no longer a black man. It's okay that white people come out and bash him. I see a whole bunch of white transgender people bashing him as a black man, and then black people not standing up for him. Once you get into this group, you're no longer accepted. You're no longer a minority. You no longer count. And I feel like this is the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my life. I don't believe in the word transphobia. The most people that may disagree with you, they don't make that a phobia. They don't make you mean that you're afraid, that you have some subconscious fear about transgender people or homosexual people, whatever. That does not mean that. That just means you disagree with them. It is a fact that there's 2 genders, male and female, biological, scientific fact. And it's totally fine if people want to identify something else. That is their decision and their choice. But the problem is you can't force other people to identify the way you want to identify. Live your life, man. You want to be a girl, be a girl. Nobody cares. In this country, you can be a girl. You can change your driver's license. You can do whatever you want to do. But just stop being so much of a coward that you're afraid of other people's judgment on you. That's the problem. Quit worrying about what other people think. If you're happy in your skin, be happy in your skin. And understand factual reality. You're not really a girl. You see yourself as a girl. That is totally fine in America. But just understand that other people aren't going to see you that way. There's no such thing as cisgender men. You're a man or a woman. You may want to identify as whatever you want to identify, which is totally fine. Nobody's against that. That's your life. Even in Christians, that's you and God got to deal with that. It got nothing to do with me. But I just get mad because these people get in their feelings because they know they wrong. They don't feel like they doing what's right. They know they wrong. They getting convicted. That's why when you tell a joke about somebody, they go, oh, this person is transphobic. They need to be counseled. This is so hurtful. No, it's not. You think you're doing something wrong. That's why his jokes offend you. You think that there's some cloud out here over your head. That's why his jokes offend you. And then they always conflate transgender people with murder. And no, it's not. They count people that were murdered. They don't tell you why. It's just that they were transgender and they were murdered. These are transgender people killed under. No, it's not. They got nothing to do with nothing. Some of these people have been killed by other people in the community. Some of these people have just been killed in drive-by shootings and other things that have occurred. Some of these people in domestic violence has nothing to do with them actually being transgender. I would argue that most of these cases have nothing to do with them being transgender. That's like saying 45 more black people died this year than other years, so that means something. No, it doesn't. That means you died and you just happen to be black. And you didn't die because you were black. That's 2 different things. But anyway, I try to make this video short. But my thing is, you shouldn't be trying to cancel Dave Chappelle. The man made jokes. I see people make jokes. I don't like their jokes. I don't watch their comedy skit. It's not hurtful. People joke about Donald Trump all the time. People joke about conservatives all the time. People joke about black conservatives all the time. If it's funny, I'll laugh. Other than that, I just want to watch your skit. I don't care. People need to stop getting in their feelings about this stuff because you make people not like you. You come out and you're all offended by everything, and then people don't like you anymore. So get your stuff together, man. It's just a joke. And if you don't like the joke, don't watch the comedian. Like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure if you want to get a signed copy of my book, free signed copy of my book, I'm going to give away 4 of them. I believe I said 4. I'll give away 4 signed copies. Anybody that donate between the 11th and the 12th, you donate between that period of time, I'm going to have my staff randomly pick out 4 people, and then we're going to send you a signed copy of my book for free if you donate to Tatum Report. Link is in the description section. Any amount. It can be $1. It can be $1,000. You donate to Tatum Report, you'll be entered to win 1 of 4 of the signed copies of my book. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.